And welcome back. For those of you just now joining us right now, Mike Johnston leads the Denver mayoral race with just about 25% of the vote. Kelly Brough close behind with 22%. And if those leads remain throughout the night and neither gets more than 50%, those two candidates would then head to a runoff election in June.
Here's a look at the results for City Council at large. It's a tight race as of 10 p.m. Serena Gonzalez Gutierrez is in the lead now with nearly 28,000 votes, or roughly 18%. Following her, Penfield Tate has 16%, more than 26,000 votes.
And Chief Investigative Reporter Tony Kovaleski is joining us once again to give us some insight into this race.
And Tony, how has voter turnout factored into tonight?
Well, we've been looking at that voter turnout for weeks, trying to get an idea of what it would get to. 185,000 people voted 4 years ago in 2019, trying to get an idea where it was. 3 o'clock today, the numbers were 117,000 votes were in. We think we're going to get to about the 150,000 number, which is lower than 2019, closer to the 2015 numbers, and really decides, who had the most power. And this is probably the most entertaining part of the graphic. When you look at who voted, 42,777 of the votes that went in that early drop at 7 o'clock today were people 65 years and older. So clearly the senior citizen vote went out, sent a message, had an impact. And when you talk about 42,000 out of just 120,000 votes, that's a big number. So we're going to see the rest of the numbers. We're going to see the districts that voted as we kind of get into the numbers tomorrow. But you can see all along, the 65 plus vote has sent a message. They cared about this race, they voted, and they made a difference. Ann?
Tony, thank you. And now switching to the issues on the ballot for referred question 2-0, which concerns the development of the former Park Hill Golf Course. More than 60% of voters are against removing the conservation easement on that property.
Referred question 2M asked voters if they want to remove certain language concerning zoning codes from the city charter. More than 73% of people voted in support of removing such language, with 26% voting against.
Meanwhile, referred question 2N would allow people who own property in Denver to protest city zoning decisions within 200 feet of their property. More than 68% of people voted in favor, while 31% voted against.